All right, we're jumping. Kai Kamaka had a pretty eventful weekend. Kai, how's it going, man?
Good, good. It's going good. Um, yeah, couldn't be better. I mean, money could make it better, but
Yeah.
life is good.
We'll start with you. Like, you obviously fight in PFL over the weekend, like fighting Pedro Carvalho. You get the win. Like, how pleased are you with that performance? I know you obviously want the finish, but beating a vet like Pedro obviously is pretty good and secured yourself a playoff spot.
All that stuff like that was cool. Like beating Pedro Carvalho, tough guy. Everybody knows like he's had like a murderer's row of opponents recently. So I was happy that didn't lose playoff spot. You get another fight. Your next fight. Those things. That was all like that's all like procedure if you win, right? But I wasn't too happy with my performance, not because of the finish. It was just I kind of took like a mental lapse in there. I some part throughout the fight or yeah, late in the fight I didn't feel like I was in danger. So I kind of took off, and that's just not the mentality like you should be fighting with. I kind of coasted, just because I never feel like I was in danger and whatnot, and it's kind of why I had like a I kind of took off in that third round. I wasn't too happy about it.
Uh, and then in that Lofting fight, like Gonzalez needed that first round finish, and then I think you would have been out. So, like, was that first round pretty stressful watching for you then?
No, no, because I mean Gonzalez obviously was like clipping him, but like the fact that that was a rule was dumb. Like and that
Mm.
that that was part of like their criteria because I won twice. Like if you're gonna go based off of like if you're gonna go based off of like this tournament system and you're when you're in and whatnot, I won twice. He won what he would win once. So it's like that shouldn't even be part of the criteria.
Mhm.
Like a tiebreaker. If when there's no tiebreaker, we're not even tied. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? If we were tied, then whoever had more finishes, that would make sense.
Yeah, like if you guys are both 2-0 and say you're both wins by decision, both his or by finish, then I get like, yeah, that he gets in or whatever. But it does make
Yeah,
sense. But like,
it
why should a
cannot be a
1-1 guy get in ahead of a guy that went 2-0?
it cannot be a tiebreaker. So I was like, when when I noticed the cameras were all like there was like six cameras around me, and I was like, what's going on? They were like, oh, you gotta wait till like the first round of the fight. I was like, why? Like this doesn't make any sense. Like I mean, I should be in already. I like look at the records and or just yeah. I mean, I whatever. If that's you guys' rule, that's you guys' rule. But you guys look dumb.
And then fighting Brendan Loughnane, like, how excited are you for that in the semis? Like a former champion, a big name in PFL.
I mean, it's. I feel like I have the best situation, um, like on the road to being a champion in this particular like 4 man thing because I get to face the former champion and then I get to fight somebody else for the world title. Like along the way I get to fight the world champion. But I'm guaranteed fighting him. So I think that's cool. I get it'll be complete. If when I win, like it's not like I avoided anybody. I would beat Bubba Jenkins, Pedro Carvalho, Brendan Loughnane, and then I would go on to win the title. That would be like complete. It's not like I got an easy road or whatnot. My first fight was Bubba
Mhm.
Jenkins.
And then so you fight in South Dakota on Friday. When do you get back into Vegas then?
So me and Coach Eddie Baracco and my wife Amber, we flew back. We flew back on the 9 o'clock flight, 9:30 flight from Sioux Falls, um, out of Sioux Falls to head back to Vegas. But the rest of my team, they all flew back at 6:30. So, uh, my guy Reagan, who's with us, that always films like the content, he was on the 6:30 flight. Jeremy Kennedy was on the 6:30 flight. My dad, Coach Eric Nixick was on that flight. Coach Ray Cooper was on that 6:30 flight. So they were on the early flight. Um, and then we got in like 2.5 hours later than him. And then so when we get back, my sister picks me up, and then we go like from there. We ordered like a bunch of food from a bunch of local spots in Hawaii, from Hawaii. I mean Hawaiian spots in Vegas. So I go to one place, pick up the food. Then I go to the next place and pick up the food. There's like three places, and then I get home. I pick up like the rest of my kids, and then I go to my grandma's house. So this is like almost like 2 o'clock, and
Mm.
then like, um, no, like yeah, like 2:30, and then so we're kind of get everybody's. We eat lunch at like 3 o'clock, 3:30, or the fight started at 3. Yeah, and I'm not even really watching the fights now because like I just got to my kids. You know what I mean? Like, um, and I mean I'm gonna watch the fights, but it's hard because I just got home. I didn't spend the week with them. So I'm like in and out of the house, like trying to look at the fights, and then they're swimming in the pool, and then I kind of keep doing that. You know, I'm kind of trying to spend some time with my kids, and then I look at my phone. I look at my phone. I get two missed calls from Eric, and I'm thinking, we're we just got back. Like, you know, everybody's going to their families, right? Like, everybody's gonna at least gonna go to their families for a little bit. And I know he was going to his family for a little bit and then head into the UFC. So I'm like, what the fuck is he calling me? So, but it said that then I had a text message that said, call me ASAP. So I'm like, okay, like fucking, there's gonna be a reason why he's telling me that. So he calls me and he was like, yo, this is a situation. Um, we might be fighting tonight against Diego Lopez. We're so we're gonna have to corner like same thing. I cornered him against
Mm.
Feely and whatnot. So we're gonna have to we might have to go. And I'm thinking to myself like, I was like, okay, yeah, just let me know. I'm like watching my kids. I'm like, yeah, yeah, just let me know. Okay, cool. And then I'm thinking to myself, oh yeah, that'd be like a cool idea. You know what I mean? Like, but not
Mm.
gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, that'd be cool. Like, kind of far fetched, but fuck yeah, I'm down. Um, and then I told my wife, I was like, babe, um, this Brian Ortega might be out for some reason. Dad might take the fight. She was like, what? I was like, yeah, he might slip in, and then um, so I said I might have to go. She goes, hell yeah, you going? And I was like, so she was like, so when do you have to go? Because the kids are in the pool. Like, you're gonna have to get them out of the pool before you leave. Because I can't watch all these kids. And she wants to rest. Like, she wants to
Yeah.
rest. Like, she's like, I ain't fucking watching these kids in the pool while freaking while you're at the UFC. And then I don't know. I'm waiting for Eric to call me back. And then so I'm like, I text Dan. I was like, yo, just let me know. He was like, yeah, I'll let you know. I'll let you know ASAP. So, but he's probably like going through a bunch. So I wanted to just be through Eric, you know. After at this point, like just tell Eric contact me if anything. And then after a while, he was like, I'm just getting to Dan's. Um, we're not gonna have much time, but meet me at the corner. Are you familiar with Vegas?
No, not really, but
Oh,
like I know like the strip area.
yeah, yeah. So we're like further, like a little bit further from the strip, like south. And he was like, meet me at his exact words is like, meet me at the northeast corner of like
Yeah.
wherever at. He's like, across South Point. I'm like northeast corner. I'm like thinking to myself, northeast. I'm like trying to figure out. Okay, okay, that spot. Like, I didn't want to fucking keep asking questions. So I freaking, he was like, leave now. I was like, okay, cool. I leave now. Like, and it takes me like probably like 7 minutes max to get to where I gotta go. I literally get there, and but I drop my pin like on my way there just in case like they don't like no I don't fucking if our northeast match up. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so I dropped my location, and then he calls me like right when I'm about to pull in to like this gas station. He was like, hey, are you headed to this Shell gas station? And like he's probably watching my location. I'm like, yeah. He goes, okay, cool. We're right behind you. We're right behind you. And then I pull in. He, this black G wagon pulls up like right behind me, and I already knew it was like Ali's car. I've seen it before. This black G wagon pulls up right behind me. Boom! I like, oh yeah, shoot, that's them. I grab my backpack. I throw like my phone charger inside my side bag and put my backpack and my shirt because I was in the pool. I was in the pool.
Yeah.
My shirt and I had my sunglasses on, sunglasses, and then because I was getting all paranoid, like, oh fuck, they would be looking at my black eye. So I like grabbed my sunglasses, and then I was like, yeah. I told like my brother-in-law, like, yeah, I call you after. You want me to pick me up? Jump in the car. We head to T-Mobile, and I didn't know if it was like on yet because they were like they accepted, they signed everything. But you know the fight game. Like, you don't know if the other guys
Yeah.
accepted and how it is. It didn't. It broke news already, but not like it was like we only knew what our side was going through. And then so as we were headed there, um, guys started calling UFC personnel was calling Ali and um yeah, it was Ali, like Hunter and Dana were calling Ali in the car. So I was like, okay, this is getting more real. And then we started talking like among the team, like Ali was like telling me congratulations, how he likes to fight like against Brendan for me, blah blah. So we're like kind of having some casual conversation as we're headed to the event. And then me and Eric is like, fucking, what the fuck are we doing right now? Like, and then like, is this real? Um, and then we get to the arena, like the back security checkpoint, and then the security comes up and it's like, what is your name? Blah blah, and like, Dan is driving. Dan is driving. He was like, he kind of doesn't know what to tell him because he's supposed to keep on the low still yet. He was keeping on low. He was like, like stuttering. Ali like comes over him. He's like, brother, we don't have much time. We don't have much time. And then we see like UFC personnel running to the security. So we just kind of drive past the security, and then they tell us like where to park and everything. And then at that point, I'm like, okay, this is real. Like this on. Like everything is all systems go. And then boom, they already like start filming us walking in everything. And then that's just getting there. That's just getting there. I mean, but the whole experience from there was pretty crazy. We start walking in, and I have my glasses on because I'm like, fuck, I don't want to look like them, like freaking. I just want to ever like draw attention. At that point, like fucking be like, it doesn't even matter. But I'm fucking like, fuck, put these glasses on. I'm walking in, or walking in the arena, and I still have my glasses on. I mean, as you could see, like on the screen, I still have my glasses on. Um, But I don't even know what room we're walking in. I think we're gonna go. I'm thinking we're going right to our locker room because fuck, we gotta get ready, right? Like nothing is even planned. Or not planned, but like fucking, we gotta just get ready. Like the main card is about to start. Um, but then we walk into the room with, oh, I guess it was like a lounge or whatever. But like where like we're all Dana, Hunter,
Yeah.
they're all in there. Jelly Roll is in there, but there was also some commission in there because that's where the back room where he goes to weigh in. It was like in that same room. So I'm like walking. We walk in. I'm like, where are we? Like freaking Dana. Everybody's like shaking hand. Then I take off my glasses. Then I'm like, then he goes to weigh in, and then he didn't even know he had to weigh in because he just told him like he's 165, and then he didn't even read the contract because he said 165, but he didn't know like he was gonna weigh in. But good thing he said like, Ben, good thing I was 164 and a half. Like he was still on weight
Mhm.
because he just got a massage. So he was like, and he woke up. You're like, what do you? Or when they asked him about the fight, you're like, what do you weigh? He was 165. Like just
Yeah.
learning out what he's random and then he said, bro, I didn't even know I had to weigh in. And then from there, they take us to our locker room, and we're like, where do we go? But we told them we had to go to Roman's locker room because Roman's on our team, and Eric was cornering him. We get there, and like Brian Ortega's stuff is like all set up still yet, and they're like, oh, you guys are gonna be in here, and they're like, oh, okay, yeah. So we just like we're like kind of we just getting there like a couple minutes, so we're kind of like all sitting around like Brian Ortega's like locker, like waiting for us to get what we need because we have like almost nothing. Like we all have like random clothes on.
Mhm.
I have like XC shirt on and some walking shorts and shoes. Not even nothing is Reebok or nothing is Venom at all, which they don't like back there. And so they boom, they start switching out names. This is like so fast. Like they start switching out names, like putting Ige in there. Like our clothes come with Ige already. Start badging us up. It was like everything is that fast to the T. And then all the way till like even the walkout. Like I felt like I was in a dream. Like just I mean the event is big alone. The event is big alone, but just to think of where my weekend, what my week to weekend was, and they're like 3, 2, 1, walk. And then we right when we get out of the tunnel and you just see all the people, and it's a big event, right? 19,000 people, and you're just like, where the hell am I right now? like even me and Dan talk like the next day. I'm like, bro, like you're freaking hammer. Like I just keep thinking of the night. And I'm like, what the hell just happened? He was like, bro, it was like we were walking in a dream. I was like, yeah, like the hell, like, cause we did like it was just like that, boom, everything like boom,
Mm.
boom, boom, and then freaking we walk out and you see all the people, and then you're in the corner. I'm like, bro, I wasn't even here like just an hour ago or like 2 hours ago.
When you guys are backstage and like Dan took it like after he weighed and everything, like do you like is one of you guys trying to watch film on Diego or like are you training anything or is it just like you just gotta go and like you just gotta fight to the best you can?
I mean, yeah, yeah, that part. We were also my coach Eddie Baracco. He had a hand in doing this. He was with me in Sioux Falls. Eddie Baracco and Coach Eric, and so I guess Coach Eric called Coach Eddie right after he started headed to Dad's house, and he was like, "Yo, can you watch some tape on Diego? I ain't got much time. We're headed to we like this is a situation. You can give me anything you got." Like in whatever time we have. And then Coach Eddie sent him a bunch of notes, and then um they we were kind of talking about it in the car, like or Coach Eddie Eric was telling me in the car like some stuff that he like Diego liked to do, like he saw some tendencies, and then in the warm up. I was kind of watching like we're just sitting down like in our locker and we're just getting there and Dan's getting his hand wraps and then obviously like they play tons of highlights, right? So I was kind of just watching highlights on Diego while we were in there, and then because I'm trying to sorry I'm still like
Yeah.
I'm thinking of like the moment, yeah, I'm watching highlights um because that's the moments that he does best. You know what I mean? When they show like on highlights. So I'm kind of like I like watching highlights of people on guys because that's what they do when they feeling good. Like that those are their big moments. So I was kind of watching like what how does he react in big moments, and then I noticed like he likes to flurry a lot, like he likes to he big action stuff. So I was kind of watching like his tendencies like in a when the fight gets started, like um how does he does it in exchange, how does he what kind of punches he's throwing when he is attacking, what is his first choices. So those are the things that I was like um trying to watch for. And then Sean came in. Sean came in with like, um, stuff that he thought was what would be good for Dan. And but he liked that Dan could take Diego down because Diego is good off his back. So him taking Diego down wouldn't be such a bad idea because Diego would play off his back. So
Mm.
in this situation, so that was something that we were talking about. Um, and then, yeah, we kind of eased into it because right we got there, he got to sit down, wrap his hands, and we're kind of talking about it. Like, what are you thinking? He was like, we want it to be as loose as possible, but like also like be smart. Force Diego to try and flurry. That's why in the beginning Dan was the one that was kind of I mean, Dan pretty much was dictating the fight. He wasn't winning the fight the whole time, but he was the one always trying to create
Mm.
something. Create something. Because like, we talked about like he didn't want to go there and just freaking try and hold Diego down. You know what I mean? We came to freaking fight. And that was a way that we thought like he wanted to like deliver to the crowd, and also he wanted to try and win the fight and be smart. So he wanted to try and force a flurry and catch him, catch him with a left hook or something.
And then were you even? I know like you and Dan are just always training. Like everyone kind of knows how good Dan is. But were you surprised like how well he did in that fight? Like just taking on hours notice, and especially that third round. Like he won the third round. Like he landed some big shots. Like that's a 5 round fight. I think Dan wins it. So like, did like Dan even surprise you a bit by how well he did in that fight?
I mean, no, I no, he never surprised me at all. Yeah, the fight didn't surprise me at all on how it went. I mean, we just ended up in bad spots early, like
Mhm.
so I mean, and I mean, our team is like as good as it gets. So like, we see a lot of different types of we might not have this guy in our gym or this guy in our gym, but we see a lot of different looks. You know what I mean? Like so a new look presented wouldn't surprise us. I mean, even in our 45 group alone, we got Dan out, Jeremy, me, Julian and Rosa. I mean, Aljamain Sterling, and then yeah, there's a bunch more that just that are in Extreme Couture, along with all the weights that are around us, their looks, So and then guys that are traveling in, so like a new look wouldn't surprise us. It's just how we got like how dealing with the look.
Oh, what's kind of been the reception? Like, it's obviously been on just a couple days. What's kind of been the reception like the gym and just kind of around town? Like, even though Dan lost, like I think he was one of the big winners out of it. Like, I think he's more popular than ever, and like kind of all you guys together, kind of putting it all together would have been pretty crazy.
I mean, yeah, I mean, in a little bit, like I would say, like 2.5 more minutes in that second round, that chain can swing. Like him not falling down in that
Yeah.
second round after the high kick, but it was also a good risk because he hit him with the high kick. Just the way the fight plays out. Like he didn't lose the fight. He lost the rounds. And but as far as like the reception and everything, or like what's it been like after the fight, like we're still tripping out. You know what I mean? Like the hell just happened? Like, but it's been good. Like I mean, it's been good because we learned a lot about ourselves. Like in every story, like there's a lot to take from it. Like my story, Eric's story, Dan's story alone. We all came from different stories that people don't know about. Like that in this story, you know what I mean? Like Dan was freaking getting a massage,
Mhm.
and he had like a bunch of missed calls. Like that story alone, like freaking think about like getting right. Like, you freaking you're at you're in spa mode, getting like you're not even thinking about fighting, and then you boom, it's like that's some movie shit. Like you just you get up and time to go to work, and then Eric from Sioux Falls to he gets shoulder surgery on Monday. He's in Sioux Falls all week. He flies back. He already had a short notice guy on the card with Roman,
Mhm.
and then Dan ends up on the card, and then just that the way he calls us, the who ends up in the corner, me and Sean. Um, Coach Giff is usually in the corner, but for some reason he couldn't get in contact with Coach Giff, and then so he called Coach Eric called Sean. So I mean, yeah, it's been a crazy couple of days. Like I didn't rest. Like I from my fight till like maybe to last night was like the best rest I got. Just cause like the didn't get home to like 11 or I didn't leave the arena till like 11. Didn't sleep till like 1 o'clock on Saturday, and I barely slept after my fight. 'Cause that's just the way it goes after fights.
Mhm.
Like you gotta pack, you gotta freaking wake up early, head to the airport, and then got back. Boom, everything's been like on a roll. So I got to rest like the past like 2 days, like 2 days as far as like um being away from fighting, but like our adrenaline and then just like the what we're doing like in the past couple of days, like I didn't really get to like fully like decompress.
Just final thing, like after the fight, like did Dana or any of those like UFC brass come in and talk to you and Dan, kind of the whole team about kind of helping save really the event? Like,
Yeah, well, I mean, we got to see everybody. Obviously, coming in, Dana and Hunter already thanking Dan. Like you're a fucking savage. You're fucking like yeah, there's like you're a hammer. And then all like the UFC staff, all the UFC staff was coming up to Dan, like, or when they were seeing us, like Jason Herzog, he was in Sioux Falls,
Hmm.
even he was in Sioux Falls. He was like he was walking up to us because he was our ref, I think. If I don't yeah, I think he was our ref. He was walking into the our locker room. He was like, I need a couple badasses right now. And he was, oh, here they are, here they are. And then he was like, what the fuck are you guys doing? And I was like, you tell me, because we just seen each other in Sioux Falls. And he was like, yo, but this is all it's all about, right? He's like, fighters fight. Like, if somebody, I forget what the reference he made, but he was like, um, if somebody hits your daughter, you're at you're someplace and somebody hits your daughter, you don't need, you can't need a training camp. You just gotta go. And then I was like, yep, you damn right. And then he's like so cool to have you guys here for you guys to be doing this. And then after the fight, like just everybody all the reception he was getting, we were getting, everybody was getting to their own capacity. Freaking Joseph Benavidez, that's like freaking for me that's like a childhood idol. So like Joseph Benavidez, he was like, "You fucking sick fucks, what the fuck are you guys doing?" And he was like, you guys are fucking savages." Just like those OGs that are coming up. Uh, it's been the reception after that. Dana Hunter came up to him after. Sean, I see. We seen him. So
Well, Kai, I appreciate the time as always. Thanks so much for doing this again. And probably get some rest now for you.
yeah, I woke up at like I mean today I actually woke up like at 8 o'clock. The past 2 days I was waking up at like 6 o'clock still. Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck?
Well,
But
Kai, though, I appreciate it. Thanks again.
thank you.